afternoon, everyone. I think you all know me. My name is Alana Blumenthal, and I am the director of the Brigham City Museums. I'd like to thank you all for attending today's award ceremony for our plein air competition. Brigham City Museum of Art and History is a department of the Brigham City Corporation. This exhibit was made possible thanks in part to the support of the Utah Department of Cultural and Community Engagement, the Box Elder Museum Foundation, and our community members. Plein air competitions are community challenges for artists of any level to celebrate the beauty and wonder of the natural world. Artists paint entirely out in the open air and have only a brief time in which to paint, frame, and submit their entries. The competition was open to artists of all ages, backgrounds, skills, and experience. We had some familiar faces and some first-timers. This year, we went back to winter, and as in years past, I think it gives our competition and exhibition a unique flavor that captures the essence of this landscape. It's hard to predict what the season will bring, and I think this year's entries capture that variability of late fall into early winter. Titles like Bridging Frosted Light, Barren and Beautiful, and Chimney Glow in Winter reflect the season. This year's judge was Lauren Watkins. Lauren is a lifelong artist from Willard with a passion for art education. She is a full-time artist working mainly in watercolor and soft pastel, but she is always drawn back by her love of teaching, both technique and theory, to artists of all ages. Her students from Aspire Academy of the Performing Arts recently had an exhibition here at the museum in our Community Spotlight Gallery. Lauren is not able to join us today as she is at home recovering and enjoying her newborn. I'd like to invite our winners in attendance tonight to join me up here for recognition and a photograph as I call their names. We would love if you would share a few words about your piece, your process, or any other thoughts about this competition. So first up, we have Alicia Finlayson, sorry Alicia, for Golden Farewell to a Wintry Day.
Thank you. So this piece on the far left is the piece that this receiving the prize for. And interestingly enough, like a couple of my other paintings, I went far and long to get to these other paintings on the canyon so I could find snow. Because as we know, when we started this competition, there wasn't a lot of snow. And then this one was just after the snow, and it was practically in my backyard. Like it was a mile from my house. And that's when I just really felt like captured that evening of the light coming through and the end of the evening. I just love that glow through the rabbit bush. There's something about the rabbit bush. I paint rabbit bush a lot, even though it's a simple subject. There's something just really wonderful about the things you see every day. And that one captured my eye.
Thank you, Alicia. In second place, we had Craig Jardine for Guardians of the Mesa. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Can I get a picture?
Thank you.
Guardians of the Mesa. I love that title. I really wanted to say something about this beautiful place in St. George. I was on the freeway. We were staying for Thanksgiving weekend. Family, I take my paints with me. There's not a lot of time. You have 2 weeks, right, to make the paintings. So after we got done with some family things, I just went out to the Mesa. I could see them on the side of the freeway. I didn't know how to get there. So pretty soon I'm bumping through an unfinished subdivision. There's no contractors are there, and I'm thinking, how do I get over there? And I just parked the truck, and I hiked through the washes, and I went over fences, and I finally got to this beautiful place. And you could just feel the beauty of nature. It's an interesting thing when you stand outside and paint. It's just this most wonderful, like almost a spiritual experience. And these massive stone images. And I just love being there. I could hear the bikers behind me, the hikers, the backpackers, the people on horses, and they probably looked at me like, I wonder what he's up to. I was having a blast. I could have painted there a long time. Anyway, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Craig. And then our third place winner this year, Scott Bushman for Cash Winter Morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A few words. You cheated. So, and I want to tell you, I was a day late, $1 short. I got up here it was actually Tuesday coming back from Salt Lake, and I got the week wrong. So I had my canvas stacked, and they said, well, let's do on Friday. This is Tuesday. And so I said, well, and so I went to the pass. As you come from Cache Valley into Brigham City, there's a beautiful, what they call Pass Lake there. And it's so gorgeous. So I go there, walk out there, it's 14 degrees. It's just like, and it's not going to work. I mean, it was like I would die of hypothermia. So I said, I got to go back. So I drove back into Logan, and I got into Wellsville, and past where you turn off to Wellsville, I looked over there, and I said, oh, this is really a nice scene. So I just pulled off the highway with semis going by, and I walked out in the field, and I saw this, and I thought, I'll paint this. So I started working on it, and but I had to paint thin because I had to turn in on Friday. This was Wednesday afternoon, and it was really cold. and so work fast, paint thin, and I wasn't really happy with it. But the experience of doing this in the winter is always action adventure. I've done it for many years, and I have to say that I've sold everything I've ever painted, and it goes in the gallery. So it's just, thank you so much for doing this. It's a real pleasure, and it's always a challenge. And, if you ever decide to do it in the summer, that might be something to consider. But, but thanks again. Appreciate it.
Scott, and this is a good time to point out, we were just discussing, and I think this year we're going to be sending out a survey to our artists about what would, make this experience more fun and enjoyable. I will say, though, we probably are going to keep it in winter, because we get both. Well, you can talk about it not on camera. We get both levels of feedback. Some people only want to do it in the winter, and some people will never do it in the winter. So we appreciate you, brave souls. That's just an aside. Also, I do want to recognize our 2 Merit Award winners this year. We had Alan Brockbank with Winter's Lonesome Path, and Heather Heather with Autumn's Embrace. I want to thank everyone who could make it today. Coming up next, we have our biggest, most exciting exhibit yet, Uncovering the Journey, Japanese-American Pioneers in Box Elder County, is an exploration of the rich history and incredible contributions of Box Elder County's Japanese-American community. From work in agriculture to courageous military service and impactful community leadership, this exhibit celebrates their lasting legacy. We've been working on researching and collecting for this exhibit since 2022, and we can't wait to share it with everyone starting on February 15th. Really soon. Stay tuned for the announcement of the 2025 Plein Air exhibit stamping period. We're just setting the exact dates, but they'll be similar to this year's dates, somewhere around the beginning of December. Follow us online for up-to-date information on this and other upcoming events. You all know how to find us, and we know how to find you. You will be getting emails. Congratulations again to our winners, and many thanks to everyone who came out on this wet afternoon. And please take your time, enjoy the works of art on display and the refreshments, and thanks for coming.